everyone, welcome to Pepcoding. The question which we are going to tackle today is known as postfix evaluation and conversions. First, let us understand the question and then we'll head over to the solution. So today we are given a postfix expression. We have to convert it into prefix as well as to infix. Also, we have to evaluate this expression and the answer which we will obtain has to be printed as an output. First, let us understand what prefix, postfix, and infix are, and then we'll head over to the approach of the solution. So in our daily lives, we have always seen expressions like this, where we have two operands and the operator lies between them. Any expression which is like this is known as an infix expression. In case where the operator precedes the operands, it is known as prefix. And the expression where the operands are before the operator is known as postfix. So it's all about the position of the operator. If it lies between the operands, it is known as infix. If it lies before the operands, it is known as prefix. And if it lies after the operands, it is known as postfix. We have to convert the postfix expressions into prefix and infix. How we are going to do that? Let us see. Let us take an example of a postfix string which has been given to us. So we'll take 264 8 plus 3 and minus. So this is the postfix string which has been given to us. We have to convert it to infix, prefix, and we have to evaluate it. Now how we are going to do that? We will traverse the length of the postfix string, and for each place we'll check whether it is an operand or an operator. If it is an operand, we'll do something, and if it is an operator, we'll do some task. The three things which we have to calculate are infix, prefix, and the value. So let us create these stacks. One for value, one for infix, and one for prefix. Now, within the string, the first place has an operand. We'll directly push it onto the stack. Next we have 6. Again an operand, so it will be onto the stack. 4. We'll push it onto the 3 stacks. Now we come across multiply. Multiply is an operator. So now we need to do certain tasks on the stack so that we can modify them and create our answers accordingly. So in the value stack, obviously we need these two values, right? So for that we will need to pop these values. In any expression, for example a plus b, if I have a and b on the stack, a is at the bottom of the stack, right? But I need it as value 1. So when we'll pop the values, we'll take the one at the top as value 2, and then the second one will be value 1. So that we can have value 1, that is a plus or whatever the operator is, and then value 2. Okay. This does not create any difference when it comes to addition and multiplication, but we also have subtraction and division, and in that case if I take b as value 1, we'll have different answer. We don't want that, so we are going to take the values accordingly. So now we had multiply, right? So first we'll pop and we'll have this as value 2, and here it will be value 1, right? So now we'll do 6 multiplied by 4. The answer is 24, so we'll push it onto the stack. Next, in the infix stack, whenever we are printing an infix expression, we want value 1, then the operator, and then the value 2, and we want to enclose them within brackets. So here we have value 2 and value 1, right? So we have value 1 as 6 and value 2 as 4, and the operator which we have is multiply. So what we are going to do is, we'll take value 1, operator, value 2, and put them in brackets. After this, we have the prefix tag. So again, this will be value 1, this will be value 2, right? When we are dealing with prefix, we want operator and then we want value 1 and value 2. And this we do not need to enclose in brackets. So what we are going to do is operator, value 1 and then value 2. After that, we move on. We have 8. 8 is an operand and we will simply push it onto the stacks. Then we have divide. Divide is an operator. So now we are going to work with the stacks again. So we'll pop and pop. Here we have 24 divided by 8. We know that the answer will be 3. So we are going to simply push the answer 3 onto the stack. Then value 1 and value 2. Again, in this case, we want value 1 as it is, then the operator, then the operand, that is value 2, and we are going to enclose this within brackets. So now the answer will be value 1, operator, value 2, and this will be within brackets. Okay. Now, next we have prefix. So this is value 1, this will be value 2, right? So we want operator, value 1 and then value 2. So we are going to push it onto the stack. We'll have this value over here. Okay. Moving ahead, we have another operator which is plus. So in the value stack, we'll directly make changes. 3 plus 2 becomes 5. Here we'll have 2 as value 1, right? We have the operator and we'll put this value, that is as value 2, and we are going to enclose them within brackets. So the answer which we'll have on this stack will be something like this. Okay, and it is within brackets. Now we have the prefix tag. So we are going to pop again. This will be value 1, this will be value 2. So now what we'll have is our operator, value 1 and then value 2 as it is. Okay. So we have the answer till now. Now, next thing we come across is 3, which is an operand. So we are going to push 3 onto the stack. Now we have minus. Again, we have an operator. So value 1 and value 2. 5 minus 3 becomes 2. So we have 2 over here. Infix expression will have this as value 1, this as value 2. So we'll have value 1 as it is, right? So we have 2 plus 6 multiplied 4. This value we have onto the stack. Then we want the operator, that is minus, and then we want 3. And we'll enclose this within brackets. So the answer which we'll have will be okay. Then we'll have our operator, then operand, and we have brackets. Finally, we are onto the prefix tag again. We have value 1 and value 2, right? We'll put the operator first, that is minus. Then we'll put value 1, 6, 4 and 8. Then we'll put value 2, which is 3. And this value we'll have for our prefix, that is minus plus 2 divided by. Okay. Now we do not have any other value onto the string, which means we have completed our string and these will be our answers. So when we'll give the output, the evaluated value will be 2 infix expression will look something like this, and we'll have a prefix expression which will look something like this. So we were able to solve the question using the approach of 3 stacks. Now we are going to code this. Okay. The first thing which we have to do is create the stacks. So the first stack which we have is a stack of values, right? And the values which we are using is of integer type. So we'll create a stack of integer type which will store all the values. This will be our new stack. Next, we have another stack of string type, right? Because infix and prefix expressions which we are returning should be of string type. So we want this to be returned. Let us take this as prefix. And then we want one for infix expression. So we have string and we are going to create for infix. Now we need to traverse the length of the string. So we are going to start from 0 and go to the end of the string, which has been given to us as this expression. So we will go till its length. 1 minute, let me just increase the size so that you can see clearly. Okay. Now, we are working on this string, right? So we want the character at each position. So we'll work with char ch and it will give us the character at each position. Okay. First thing which we need to check is whether it is an operand or an operator. So if it is an operand, then the value will lie between 0 and 9. So it should be greater than equal to 0 and less than equal to 9, right? Okay. In this case, if we have an operand or if we have a value which is between 0 to 9, what we need to do was we wanted to put all these values onto the stack. So we'll push it onto the 3 stack. So first it will go to the value stack. Okay. We'll push it onto the prefix stack and also the infix stack. Now, when we are working with the value stack, we want the values to be of integer type. But the character which we took was of char type. So what we are going to do is we are going to subtract 0 char from it. It will return an integer value and that will be pushed onto the stack. When we are working with prefix and infix, we want the type to be string. Again, we have a character. For that, we are going to pass an empty string along with the character so that we can have string type. Okay. Now, we are done dealing with the operands. Now we want to work with the operators. So if we want to work with the operators, we need to do multiple tasks for all the 3 stacks separately. So we can create a function. I'll pass all the stacks to it. And if the character is not an operand, it is obviously the operator. So we'll directly pass the operator to this function. Now let's work with this function. Let's see what the function will do for us. I took, 1 second, this will be void. Okay. I took the 3 stacks, right? So stack of string, we have infix. Then we have a stack of string, prefix, another stack of integers, and we have the operator. So when we are working with the stacks, right, prefix, infix, values, we were doing certain tasks. First, let us work with the prefix stack. So we need to pop, right? So I get the values of string type. We'll take out value v2 as we discussed, and it will come out from the prefix tag. And the next value will be v1. Again, we popped from prefix. The changes which we needed to make to this tag was, in prefix tag, we were pushing something of the type where we wanted operator, then value 1, and then value 2. So this will be pushed onto the stack. Now, we are working with the infix tag. So we want v2. I'm not initializing v2 and v1 again and again because it will just waste memory. We don't want that to happen. So we are going to take the values as it is, as it will be a string type only. So we will pop, and v1 will also be okay. So when we were working with infix, now to infix, what we were pushing was, first I'm pushing a bracket, an opening bracket, right? Then value 1, then operator, then value 2, and then a closing bracket. So this needs to be pushed onto the infix tag. Now we are working with the values tag. So now the values are of the type integer. So we need to take values. Let's say I take the first value to be b, and it will be popped from the values tag. Then a. Okay. Now when we are working with the values tag, that's when the operators will change the values in the stack, lying in the stack, right? So we need to check what the operator which we are getting is. So if operand will be for addition, we'll do something. If it will be for subtraction, else if it is for multiplication, and the last condition will be for division. Okay, so if it is for addition, so to the stack we'll push a plus b and not b plus a, remember that. If it is subtraction, we'll push a minus b. If it is multiplication, we'll push a multiplied by b, and otherwise we'll push a divided by b. So this function helps us in creating all the modifications onto the three stacks, that is pre, infix, as well as the value stack. Now we need to print these. So first let us check what the order of printing is. We want the value first, then infix, and then prefix. So we are going to print in that order. So system.out.println. First we need to push from the pop from the value stack. Then we are going to pop from the infix tag. And finally, we are going to pop from the prefix tag. Okay. So I think we are done with the solution. Let's try to run this program. Okay. We need this to be if, not for. Okay. So the answer was expected. and we submitted it and got the correct answer. So what we did was we created the three stacks, that is value, infix and prefix. If it was an operand, we were pushing it onto the stack. If it was an operator, we were doing the task. So I hope you understood the question as well as the solution. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel.